Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. It's airboat time on the Mississippi River. These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, we're on the beautiful Mississippi River in the LaCrosse area. And when you come up here, you look around, there's all kinds of sloughs and backwaters and really cool places to see. But Vince, really, the way to do it is an airboat, right?
It is really the best way to get out here. Like you saw on our boat ride this morning, we broke some ice, went through some bad spots. So we can get here safely, get to the safe ice and kind of get away from the crowds and do our thing.
For the folks that haven't been on an airboat, what is the experience like?
Well, it's a cold boat ride,
yeah,
but it's fun. I would highly recommend doing it. It's a great time. Like you get to get out here to these areas where nobody else can go, and these fish haven't seen baits, so they're hungry, ready to eat.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about doing this. I've done it with you before, and really, you hit it right on the head. Nobody can walk here. You got to have an airboat.
Pretty much, yeah. If you're real ambitious, sometimes you can get out there, but airboat's the way to go. We can park and get out and walk a lot less.
What are we after today?
I think we're going to see a mixed bag of everything today. Some crappies, some perch, some bluegills, and whatever else bites.
And we got a nice crew with us.
Oh yeah, we got a great crew today.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time.
Right. Hey folks, so show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this. Well, AMSOIL's slogan is first in synthetics, and a lot of people don't realize that, but they invented synthetic oil, and initially it was really because of conservation or going green. They wanted to have much longer intervals in between oil changes, and because of the longer intervals between changes, there's less waste, and for a lot of people that means only one oil change a year. And another great benefit is the wear protection. An independent lab compared AMSOIL Signature Series synthetic motor oil head-to-head against the leading competitor in a 100,000-mile test. Signature Series provided far superior wear protection and kept bearings looking like new. To find out more, go to amsoil.com.
Epic only gives you one shot. So come armed with the Quest Series, Minn Kota's toughest motors yet. Go where the fish are worth the fight, where chaos is the cost of entry, where the highlight reels happen. Motors that never let up, so you're never let down. The bigger the question marks, the better the quest.
Hey, welcome back, folks, as we talked about airboating on the old Mississippi River down in LaCrosse. And like you said in the open, Vince, it's a mixed bag of panfish, crappies, perch, bluegills. And what is this bait? You like this bait?
Yep, this is a little Castmaster. We love them. Everything eats them. The bluegills eat them, the perch eat them, the crappies eat them. The colors like this, the gold, anything bright works really well out here in our stained water.
And you like to just tip them with, what, spikes?
Yep, tip them with a couple spikes or waxies and just work it real light up from the bottom of the river to the top of the ice and back.
Hey, look at that. Here we go. Let's see what our first fish of the day is. Ooh, nice bluegill. Hold that out. Now that is about 7.5, but that's kind you like to eat, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Now are they sitting on the bottom?
Yep.
Just get them to, what are you doing?
Well, I was pounding the bottom and, I just raised it up a little bit and he hammered it.
Hey, here we go. John's got one on. Oh, look at that. Hey, come on up here, John. I wanted folks to see this. Now that right there is a Mississippi bluegill, right?
You bet.
And they're just gorgeous. Look at the coloring on that fish.
Yeah.
How deep are we fishing here?
About 3.5 feet.
And what are you doing? Bouncing bottom or?
Yeah, they're pretty active, bouncing on the bottom and sorting through some smaller ones, but you can see the bigger ones coming through on the scope. So,
isn't that a pretty fish?
Yeah, beautiful.
And what is that? About 8.5?
Yeah, I'd say 8.5 probably.
Good start.
Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, here we go. My first fish through the ice. Whoa, there we go, Vince.
That's a nice bluegill.
That is a nice bluegill.
Yeah.
Hold them up to your hand there. Now, what puzzles me, I mean, there's so many acres of water here and so many of these sloughs. How do you find the ones that hold the fish?
We spend a lot of time out here scouting with the electronics. Just the time on the water, really. You look around, you find the ones with depth and good weed growth, and typically there's a lot of life there. Here we go. This feels good.
I'm coming. Let's see.
Got to turn them in the
Ooh,
hole.
there we go. That is Mississippi gold, isn't it, right there?
We love that right there.
And, you know, you look into January, February, even March, is that when the perch get really good?
That's when their bellies are really fat on them, but the bite's pretty good all winter for them, honestly, especially with the airboats where we can move around and stay on top of new schools all
Hold that
winter.
out. I mean, that right there is a beautiful, beautiful perch, and I love the coloring on those fish. And do you get numbers this time of year, or just the mixed
We
bag?
do. Yeah, we'll get numbers of them definitely this time of year.
Hey, look at that. Ooh, nice
There we
one,
go.
Ryan. Hey, should mention that do you work with Vince?
I do.
And you guys have how many airboats do you guys
We
run?
have 4 airboats we're running this year.
Do you got
Yep.
4? That's awesome, folks, because you guys are always on top of the fish. And I asked Vince last night, I said, how's fishing? He said, oh, we'll catch about 100. Is it really that good all the time?
It's been really good. It feels good to be back on the ice.
What do these fish do in these sloughs? Why do they come back here?
They're just chasing bait,
Oh, okay.
coming out of the main river channel and working their ways in these back bays and sloughs.
And they'll stay here all winter.
Yep.
Hold that out. I mean,
Look at that. That's a
folks.
beautiful.
That is a gorgeous bluegill. Henry!
Here we go,
I
John.
always got to have my buddy Henry along. Ooh, there's a nice bluegill. Now, you've done this trip, Henry. Yeah, that's a nice one. You've done this trip a lot. Tell the folks how cool this is.
Oh, it's great, especially when the perch come in. I mean, the bluegill fishing's phenomenal. They're nice big bluegills, but yeah, it's a fun trip.
But the experience of coming back and
the airboat back here where nobody else is in the sloughs, it's awesome.
got beautiful bluffs around.
I
and,
know.
And there's never anybody around except the guys you come
Except for the guys you're with.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
with. Good one. Anders, sitting right next to me. Let's see here. Ooh, nice bluegill. Yeah. Now, I just caught one here. Let's put these together here. Now, that's a teeny one I got, but when they get up with that 8-inch range, they're really well built, aren't they?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, no other fishery makes it like the Mississippi River does.
No, it is amazing. And they grow really fast, too,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
they? Yeah. And that one came off the bottom?
Yep, just jigging the bottom and raised him up to about 2 feet, and he smoked it.
Here we go. John, come on over here. This feels like a nice, here he is. Actually took out a little bit of drag. Look at that bluegill there, John. Isn't that a beautiful fish? And you know what I did? I went a little bit bigger. I put the next size Castmaster on.
Yeah.
And the theory is bigger bait, bigger fish.
I think it's working.
No, that was fun. You know, you get to fish here all the time. I'm just so impressed with these bluegills, aren't you?
Yeah, that's got to be pushing 8.5, maybe even a little bigger, 8 3/4 probably.
Yeah. Now, do you ever get any crappies back in here?
We do. They come in maybe a little bit closer to Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get some nice ones. The schools come in and they kind of push more over towards the cut bank along this side back here. But the gills kind of hang here all year.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Gear up for the cold with Ice Armor men's and ladies fishing apparel. Built for the ice and now 20% off.
What do you got there, John?
Bassaroo.
Bassaroo. I've actually caught a couple of those. There's quite a few swimming around down there.
I think this one's a little smaller than the one you caught. We were running the tip downs. I was hoping for to get the perch going. And
So you got a minnow on there.
Yeah, minnow, rosy red. Vince just pulled in a nice perch down there, but yeah, there's some. I caught a 3-pounder a little while ago.
Vince-a-roo.
Yeah, I was due for one.
You know, there's a nice one. You know what I like about your guide service? You know, you get a bunch of guys out here. What you guys do is make sure everybody knows what they're doing, right?
Oh yeah, we take a lot of time to work with the customers out here and teach them what we're doing and how to do it.
I like your clean shaven look. What's the deal here?
Well, you know, just had to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful bluegill. And I'm getting bit every time down there.
There's
so
a
many
lot
fish
down
in
there.
here.
Yeah, every size class is here. It's fun.
Yeah. Hey,
There we go.
ooh, Ryan, there's a dandy. Now, is there any certain jigging technique you're using over there?
I actually put a couple more spikes on this one, John, and I've just been letting it sit there. And it seems like they've been hitting them really well. So
Yeah, I went to actually a bigger jig, and that seems to be working too. They're so hungry. We were fishing the Mississippi River in LaCrosse, Wisconsin. A 3.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 4.5 hours from Chicago, and 2 hours from Minneapolis. I'll tell you what, folks, the new hot item for ice fishing this year is 2B fishing and Elliott jigging rods. And right now at Fleet Farm, they have the best price guarantee.
They are perfectly balanced with ultimate sensitivity and designed to fish all your favorite ice baits under the ice. Whether you're chasing panfish, walleyes, or lake trout, 2B and Elliott ice rods come in every action and length you need for this ice fishing season. Check them out at your favorite Fleet Farm store. Anders, get them up, Anders! Ooh, there's a dandy. Hey, Anders, what do you do for a living, buddy?
I'm a carpenter.
Oh, really? That's awesome. How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
You enjoying being a carpenter?
I love it.
What do you like about it?
Everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing I wouldn't like about it.
Hold that high up there by your face. Yeah, that's a beautiful bluegill. Vinceroo.
There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
there it is. Nice perch there, buddy.
Take that.
That is a nice one. I love those perchies too.
Me too.
Hey, one thing I got to talk about, and this is the hot talk in the ice fishing industry now, are these new Elliott rods, the 2B fishing rods too.
Yep.
What do you like about them? I noticed that you're using them.
Yeah, so this is my second year using them. I love them. They're super light. They got all kinds of different lengths and weights you can pick from. I think this is a 44 light fast, and I love it. I like the longer rods. I do a lot of standing, moving around, and when you're in like this 3 foot of water, it's easy to just pop your bait out, pop to the next.
So again, it's called Elliott or 2B fishing rods.
Yep.
And everybody's talking about them. I don't know whether they're that good, but you love them, huh?
Yeah, they're great. They're some of the best rods I've ever used. For open water too, they make a great rod.
Really? Yeah. I can't believe how light they are. In the feel?
The feel's incredible on them. Like you can see I'm not running a spring bobber and I can feel these bites no problem.
And hold that perch out. Yeah. That's a beauty. All right, Vincey.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice bluegill.
Oh, that is a nice bluegill. And you know, you and I have talked about this before, about the Mississippi River. I always knew it was noted for perch and walleyes, but the bluegills here are incredible, and the growth rate is amazing too,
it's
right?
It's insane how quick they grow. I mean, like this was probably a 5-6 last year, and it's 8.5 now.
And look at the thickness. Turn them so we can see the thickness.
They're as thick as anywhere out here.
And you know, I talked about it briefly before, but you know, guys are coming for a fish fry. This is also a place to come. Explain to the folks.
Yeah, and biggest reason for that is the limits, where it's per species 15 of the panfish.
Okay, so again, you can keep 15 bluegills, 15 crappies, and 15 perch in the same day.
Yep, exactly.
And how is the fish population in this area?
It's incredible. I mean, we've been doing this a long time now, and year after year the place sustains itself, so it's healthy, definitely.
Wyatt, all right, buddy, let's see, bluegill. No, big perch, come on up here. Look at that. Now, Wyatt, what do you do for a living, buddy?
I do online school, I fish, I make pizzas at Hy-Vee.
You make pizzas too?
Yeah.
No, he's a high schooler, but you do it online?
Yeah, I do it online, and I work at the bait shop, make pizzas. All I do is fish every day, and I do my schoolwork at night. So.
That's nice. Hold that out. Is that uncommon to catch these through the ice?
No, this is, I mean, pretty early season. It can be tough, but we're still getting on a couple, and once it gets a little later in the year, we'll be catching a lot more, that's for sure.
Hold them out one more time. That's a beautiful perch. Boy, these bluegills are beautiful here. You know that?
They are.
Ooh, that's a perch. Look at that. There we go.
That'll work.
Now, as we get, you know, like January, February, March, are the perch more common, or is early ice like this common?
No, it's all year.
Really?
I think right now these fish are just maybe a little bit grumpy from the weather we've got coming in. I've just been dead sticking and not moving a lot, and I've caught more perch.
So, in other words, you jig a couple times, just let it sit.
Yep, just letting it sit there.
Hold that out. I mean, that's a nice perch.
Beautiful Mississippi perch.
No,
that's on that red again.
I mean, you've been around here a long time. When did the perch start becoming, you know, so prevalent?
Ever since I've been here.
Seriously?
Yep.
Really?
Absolutely.
A lot of guys just didn't fish for them, but everybody does now.
Now everyone's back here.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
There we go.
Aren't you going to let me sit?
No, we're staying busy today.
No, I mean, seriously, this is the cool thing. I always say, you know, bring it. If somebody hasn't ice fished before, this is the perfect trip.
It is. You get so many bites, and you stay busy all day.
Yeah, hold that out. I mean, that's enough. Now, what is that, about 8?
Yeah, that's a nice 8. Perfect eater.
Wow. And you know what I did? I switched to a bigger Castmaster. I don't want to screw around with the little ones.
Sort out the little guys.
But the little ones are still hitting the bigger bait.
Right. They're aggressive today, definitely.
They really are.
Yeah.
Oh, we're only fishing in 3 feet of water, folks, so obviously the fight isn't very long. But as we've been talking all program, the quality of these bluegills is just amazing. And I love that Castmaster. And when you put her down, you can really see it clearly on the locator. And every time you put it down, you can see a fish coming off the bottom like you can right now. They just come up, and hit. But that's a nice fish right there. Ooh, Vince, you moved near me.
Yeah, I got
Let's see. What do we got?
On the ice, but I got him.
That is a nice bluegill. And are you really keeping your rod just kind of like still?
No, I'm taking it pretty aggressively and then pausing it, and they're hitting it on the pause.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I got one. There we go. Look at that. There's a bluegill. Oh, look at that. What do you got over there? A bluegill? Oh, come on over here. Bring that over. That's cool. Hey, Vince, bring yours over. We've got 3 we can right in a row there. Can you grab my line there? And yep. That's a nice perch. Look at that. Nice. Look at that, folks. This is Mississippi River. You've taught me in the last several years is panfish mecca.
It is. It's a heaven for them.
I mean, it really is fabulous. And I don't know how many shows we've done. Probably 15. And every time I come, buddy, you put us on fish.
It's always a good time.
It really is. And Anders, you love it, huh?
Oh, I love it. I've been with Vince since the past year, and every time we go out, we always have a blast.
Hold those 3 up together, you guys. Get a nice shot of those. And again, the limits are pretty liberal, 15 each species. That's an awesome deal. Mm-hmm. And do you have openings?
We do have some openings yet for this winter. They're going to fill quick. Winter's popular, so don't wait to call and book.
No, I'm surprised you have any openings. Right. Normally you're booked ahead, but you got a number of, how many boats are you guys running?
We have 3 to 4 boats we're going to have on the ice this year, so we can take some pretty big groups and hopefully get everybody out here to have a good time.
That was going to be one of my questions. How many folks can you handle at one time?
14 to 16.
Oh, seriously?
Yep, we can take some pretty big groups.
What do you guys do for food?
We cook a lot of Johnsonvilles out here.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that part of the
That is part of the deal.
Oh, that's awesome. Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2025 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner is Antonio Ramos of Waukesha, Wisconsin, caught this 36-inch flathead catfish on Rock River using a minnow. Brady Keepers of Ellsworth, Wisconsin, caught this 28-inch walleye on Lake Pepin using a spoon. Carl Rosenquist of Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, caught this 19-inch smallmouth bass on 3 lakes using a worm. Heather Miller of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, caught this 20-inch largemouth bass in Beaver Dam on a lure. And this week's first kid winner is Aiden Copa of Pin Green Grove, Illinois, caught this 12-inch largemouth bass on a local pond using a twister tail. And Alex Simsard of Slinger, Wisconsin, caught this 19.5-inch largemouth bass in Slinger on a paddle tail. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, cut through the ice faster with the K-Drill Extendable Ice Auger. Lightweight, designed for cordless electric drills, and now just $149.99. Plus, stay warm inside your shelter with the Mr. Heater Portable Buddy Heater. Reliable radiant heat on sale for $79.99.
When you're meeting with a client, it's so important that you're present with them and you're listening. I've heard lawyers say your job as a trial lawyer is to read the law, understand the law, make the argument. You can't get emotionally connected with your client. I completely disagree with that. In order to tell your client's story, you want to learn what's important to them. Sit down and have a meal together. Learn about their family. Learn about their history. Learn about where they're from. You have to emotionally connect with them. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
Hi, I'm Pete Mena, and I think most people agree that rust sucks. What I use to help prevent rust and unrust things is AMSOIL MP, AMSOIL Metal Protector.
This is not a bluegill or a perch. This is a lot bigger. If it's a bass, it's going to be a big one, Anders. I'm not sure. Okay, buddy, I only got 3-pound line on there. Have you seen them?
Oh, yeah.
What do we got?
Got a northern big bass.
Ooh, there we go. Get him, buddy, get him. Oh, there, Anders. I'll tell you what, he's a carpenter and he's also a great netter. That's not a net job. That was fun, though, man. And that was that Castmaster again, tipped with a waxworm. And I knew right away, didn't you? That wasn't going to be a bluegill or bass. But John, come on over here. You fish these largemouth a lot, and that's the one thing about the Mississippi River, folks, is they got a ton of largemouth. Don't run over here. We don't have all day here, buddy. No, but you do a lot of bass fishing here in the summer, and there's a lot of these available, huh?
Yeah, yep, you can fish them in sand, grass, any way you like to fish them, but there's a ton of, this fishery is phenomenal, known nationally for largemouth bass and smallmouth.
You know what impresses me, though, is the build on these fish. I mean, look at the build on that bass. I mean, isn't that beautiful?
They're a tank.
What do you got there?
That's what they're eating right there. See, just like that.
I can't believe how fast this fishing is, though, you know?
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
You know, I'm almost tempted next time I come bring some tip-ups out. What do you guys think?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Northern pike and bass, but hold that out one more time. That's a nice fish. That was fun. Vince, I just caught a big bass, Vince.
You did? Oh, here's a big bluegill to go with it.
That's a nice. Did you see that bass I just caught?
I did. That was a nice one.
It was between 3 and 4 pounds. That's kind of the bonus deal here, huh?
Yeah, you never know what's going to bite on the river.
Hey, we got some Johnsonvilles cooking. Are you hungry?
I am. I can smell them, and they're making me hungry.
Hey, folks, you know, nothing like a hot sandwich when you're on the ice, right, Anders?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing like Johnsonvilles. And this is something you do for your clients all the time is you cook up some Johnsonvilles, right?
Yep, every day.
Yeah, what I got for you today is really easy. This is Johnsonville Better with Cheddars. They're pre-cooked, which is really nice. So all you got to do is put them on the grill and brown them. But they're loaded with a beautiful Wisconsin cheddar cheese. And, of course, that's a premium cuts of pork, and they are delicious. They're smoked. They're wonderful. All right, guys, take a taste test for me. All right, take a bite, guys. Take a bite.
I got to grab
one. Let's see. Oh, you don't have one. Let me do that for you. Okay, there you go. Okay, now take a... Oh, you took a bite. Well, how are they? Good?
Great.
Good? Well, say really good or something.
Really good.
I know. Hey, folks, look for Johnsonville Better with Cheddars at your favorite retailer today. How was your Johnsonville?
It was great.
Ooh, nice. Look at that one. That is a beauty, buddy. Look at the size of that. And they're common, aren't they?
They are. I mean, we're in a mixed bag spot today, but there's a lot of spots where you get exclusively these during winter.
Now, Vince, how many spots do you have on the river? Seriously?
A lot. There's a lot of places we go. We spread our pressure out and kind of keep the bite green for everybody. It's a lot more fun that way.
Well, what I like, you work with a nice group of guys that are really good fishermen. So before you even put the airboat on the ice, you know you're going to catch fish.
Yeah, we have a great group of guys. Everybody does a great job out here looking around, finding these spots.
Nice tummy on that one.
Yeah.
There you go, John.
I haven't seen you for a while. You've been walking around popping hole to hole.
Yeah, going from hole to hole, changing things up, trying to get those perch, John.
Did you just lose a big perch?
I did, a really big one right at the top of the hole.
It is amazing, though, how fast this bite is, isn't it?
It's good. You catch a fish, or you see fish every time down, for sure.
Vince, you know, fish are in different moods every day, and you got to try a lot of different jigging techniques. Now, in this shallow water, fishing about 3.5 feet of water, you want to kind of bounce the bottom.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay near the bottom. They still, even though we're only in 3 feet, they still relate to that bottom most of the time out here.
So I bounce and that little poof of sand or something comes up, that'll attract
their
the
interest.
fish.
They come take a look.
And then slowly lift and jig a little bit?
Yep, I'll sometimes rattle it pretty hard, give it a pause. Sometimes you got to keep it moving as you lift. You know, every day they're in a different mood, so you got to play around with that cadence and see what they like.
And sometimes just dead still, right?
Yeah, sometimes just dead still. And then some days it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
John?
Way to go, hen! There, that one's pushing 8.5.
For sure.
Hey, you know what impresses you know I get to fish, a lot of different areas. What amazes me is the average size of the bluegills. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's how thick they are and how tall they are. You know, an 8.5-inch gill here is built so much different than most of the gills that we're used to catching.
Have you had fun today?
It's awesome, yeah. Great for the first time out.
Wyatt's turn over there, John?
Yeah, looks like he's got a good one on.
All right. Ooh, yeah. That's a nice fish right there. Yeah. And as we get, into those doldrums, those real cold months, John, do these fish still bite like in, those 10 below zero days?
They do. Actually, we've been out a couple times. We were out one day 2 years ago, and it was 20 below without the wind chill.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got some really nice double limits, and the fish were literally freezing as soon as we were pulling out of the water.
So they do bite.
They do bite, yeah. But you just have to find them, but they're still biting.
Get down. All right, grab that,
There we go.
Vince. And, don't lose them. There you go. Nice perch. Hey, Vince, we should tell the folks that that's another thing with your guide service. You set a bunch of tip downs out there, right?
We do, yep. We set tip downs basically any day that the weather lets us. And if you don't know how to use them, not a big deal. They're super simple, and we'll teach you how.
So, in other words, it's just kind of like a rod on a pole, and it goes down, and you go and get the fish.
Just a dead stick extra line, and there's a lot of days they help us out a ton.
Henry's got something. Whoa, that's not a bluegill.
That's not a bluegill.
Okay, let's see. Grab him, Vince, when you see him. Oh, it's another bass. Look at that largemouth bass. No, and what did you do?
I put a minnow head on. I figured I'd try to catch some bigger perch, and that was as soon as I dropped it down.
Hey, hasn't it been a fun day for you?
This was a really good day.
I mean, was there a minute where you weren't catching fish?
No, it was a great day. There's always fish around.
Hold them out. Beautiful bass. Yeah. Nicely done, Henry.
Excellent.
Vince Moldenhauer guides the Mississippi River on a daily basis. For more information, give Vince a call. That phone number is 414-791-5534. 791-5534.
They say things aren't built like they used to be. Tell that to John Johnson, the craftsman behind Recon Boats. He and his small team make each boat by hand, maintaining the highest standards. Every shred of fiberglass, every stitch of upholstery, every latch, hinge, and switch. It's all in the details, which is why the angler is at the forefront of the design philosophy for every Recon boat. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen.
Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps? Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set? Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
As usual, a total blast. I mean, we caught fish all day long, start to finish. And I want to mention again, you do have a few openings, but they're going to go fast.
Yep, we do have openings, but they're, like you said, they're going to fill quick, so don't wait to call and book with us.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know, we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you and join John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.